Hey everyone, my name is Kingsley, and today I'll be going over logistic population growth and carrying capacity. The equation for the logistic population growth is the change of population equals the proportionality constant k times the population, also times 1 minus the population over the carrying capacity. And this makes it so that if the population is greater than the carrying capacity, then 1 minus p over m will become negative, and then when you multiply it by k times p, then the change in the population will be negative and the population will decrease. So I'll just go over a quick example problem where it says a population is modeled by the change in population over the change in time is equal to 1.4 times the population times 1 minus p over 1400. And it's asking for what values of p is the population increasing, and if any, or if the population is any number above 0, then this will become a positive number. Then you multiply by that, then you would get a positive number for the growth of the population. And if it's also any number underneath 4,800, it'll also be a positive number and will also increase. And if it's over 4,800, then this will become a negative number, and then the change of the population will decrease. So for what values of p is the population decreasing is at any point where the population is above 4,800. And then part C is asking what are the equilibrium solutions, which is when the change in population over the change in time is equal to 0. And what you can do to this is take the initial equation, set it equal to 0, and here it would have to either be 1.4 times p would have to equal 0, or 1 minus p over 1400 would have to equal 0. So you can just set both of these equal to 0. So one case is when p is equal to 0, which makes sense since if the population is 0, then there would be 0 population growth. And another one is when you plug it into this equation. So 1 minus p over 1400 equals 0, and you add 1 to both sides, so it becomes p over 1400 equals 1, and then you multiply both sides by 1400. And the other case is when the population is equal to 1400, which makes sense since it is right below the carrying capacity. So since the carrying capacity is what determines the population, if it's at carrying capacity, then that's the maximum amount of population that it can handle. So there would be no growth. So it would remain at the growth would be at 0.